Hello everyone, welcome to the final round of Swiss for day one at the Pokemon TCG Bremen Regional Championships 2022. I'm Freya Pierce, I'm here with Connor, and yeah, this is it, the nail biter, the winning in rounds, the last chance for players to make it into day two.
It's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
What do you
Well,
mean?
Stéphane's got 19 points. Tim Bartels needs to win.
Oh, right, okay, right,
So this is a win and out. This is a lose and out potentially, and
For-
for Stéphane, he doesn't really care.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it makes sense that, so yeah, obviously, as you sure you heard now, we are bringing Stéphane back for another Swiss round, given that I guess we kind of miscalculated. We thought he was on the winning in, but
Yeah.
ended up not. But this is a winning in for Tim Bartels, and yeah, and Tim's list is very spicy as well.
It is. It's not something that we've featured on stream so far, which is excellent. We've featured a lot of the format, but it is one of those ones that if you're expecting a lot of RCS, you want to be bringing this kind of deck, and it's the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX.
Yes, so Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, a card that saw a lot of competitive play around about the time when it first came out. Kind of fell off the radar a little bit, but now it's come back because, of course, with being able to do 250 damage with 2 energy plus a choice belt 280, that's a perfect match to knock out a Arceus V-Star in one hit.
Yeah, well, like when it was first released, it was kind of a Calyrex format where we had both the Shadow Rider and the Ice Rider, but it dropped off. Mew kind of scares it away, right? You can't afford to play the Mew, play this matchup into Mew, because Mew just kind of feasts on you as we get straight into the action.
Yes.
We do see Tim Bartels has a really slightly awkward start here, because he has double pass of the peak in the prize cards.
Oh, yes. And also what looks to be a 2 water energy, a Scoop of that, and a Sobble. As you see there, yeah. So Stéphane being on 6 wins and 1 tie, yeah, can kind of sort of relax a little bit, even if he loses, it's not the end of the world. But Stéphane's the kind of player who likes to play it out, even if he's guaranteed. So that's the reason why we're seeing this there. He decided not to go for the ID, thinking if I'm in day 2 anyway, I may as well go for the extra win, and that way my day 2 record will be even better.
No, and I kind of love the thinking, right? It's like, there's like tiers to people making day 2, and like there's the people who just want to be safe, make day 2 because that's their goal.
Yeah.
Stéphane's been there, done that.
Yeah,
he's won stuff. He's got other priorities. He wants to go win some more stuff.
Of course.
And to do that, you just got to keep on trucking as we get away with the capture energy straight away on that Sobble.
Yeah. So capture energy, a card that never fails to sort of impress in sort of what it can do, in the sense that it's. As long as it's been around, it's always been played in some shape or form. Just being able to get both an energy drop plus an extra basic out is such a great thing to be able to do on your first turn with an energy attachment.
Yeah, so does mean not having to get the early attachment down on the RCS V, which is slightly scary, and this matchup is slightly scary too. So not a lovely start for Stéphane, but definitely not terrible as we just see the pass over. And I think that was just a gesturing of a cut for Tim.
Okay, so not quite the pass just yet. It's sometimes kind of hard to tell because like a wave of a point or a wave forward of the hand can mean multiple things, but it is just a pass in this instance. Now let's see what Tim can do here. Looks like got a pretty stacked hand to work with, plenty of search options, so we'll be able to set up quite nicely. As starting off with the quick ball does Tim, probably going to be discarding that right hand, maybe not very useful right now, but yeah, it's sort of not a card you want to see early on because it only works, of course, when one of your Pokemon has been knocked out. Yeah,
so can go grab the Luminion. Might want to be looking to kind of get some water energy in the discard. As you do have some nice energy acceleration in here with 3 copies of Melanie.
Yep.
There's also some cool other inclusions, the things like the one of Leon.
Ooh, okay.
So because then you can do things like the ping from an Inteleon, plus Leon puts other things in range for you. So
yeah, at that point you can actually start looking at maybe getting the one shot on VMAX Pokemon, which of course is very, very good. But
yeah.
So Tim starting off going for the Luminion, of course, with the ability able to get any one support card from the deck and just go for that Professor's Research straight away. Following up with a level ball to grab another Sobble, and it looks to be a quick ball, just all the search cards in Tim's hand right now.
I mean, this is what you want, right? You get to filter, you kind of get to draw a ton of stuff, you get to set your board up just so.
Yeah. And also, a pal pad to put the right hand back in as well. That's excellent. So still going to be able to like make use of that later on, even though it ended up getting discarded just now.
So does get basically a beautiful start. I think there's still a couple of cards left in hand before this empty-handed research basically rounds it out. But one of them is an escape rope, which you kind of don't hate here, because if you want to go into a keep calling, not that you can do anything with a keep calling right now, but like here you're just basically saying, cool, go ahead, have my Sobble. I don't really care.
Yeah, I think you'd rather have a Sobble active right now than a Ice Rider Calyrex speed, because of course if that gets hit an Arceus V-Star could have very well actually knocked out in one hit.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stéphane has a means to get it powered up in one turn.
He does not.
No, okay. But
Oh,
Tim
no,
is-
he has the Melanie.
yeah, okay, that's a melee. So actually, yeah, this is very wise from Tim because it is not impossible for Stéphane to get a one-turn Arceus V-Star here.
So we see the capacious bucket grabbing some water energies. Probably the single best energy search tool that item we've had in a long time.
Yeah, it's very since Professor's Letter, which let you grab 2
Yeah.
basics of any type. But the capacious bucket, of course, only working for water energy. And then after an energy drop from Tim onto the Ice Rider Calyrex V, just a pass back to Stéphane. What can he do to respond here?
Yeah, does have Drizzle in hand, so we're going to get some dealings of the shady variety.
Yes, some very, very shady dealings. Although I think the problem for Stéphane here might be there's a lot that he needs in one turn right now.
Yeah, I was looking at the hand going, okay, if you're going to shady dealings, what are we going for?
It's
Everything.
yeah.
I need a lot of things.
Yeah, that's a tricky part, and I actually don't think it's possible with the current hand configuration to go for that, crazy one-turn everything, unless. Okay, hold on. Maybe if you grab Evolution Incense and go for the Arceus V-Star, maybe then you can Starbirth into
sure.
the Wombo combo.
Sure, but it is asking for quite a lot.
It
It's
is.
going to be an Ultra Ball. Same net effect, basically. You just get to discard the cards, and you need to discard at least one water for the Melanie to be live, so I
Yeah.
like this.
Oh, this is clever, actually. I think this might get there because now you can Ultra Ball, grab the V-Star, Starbirth for a Melanie and a double turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there it is.
So we do get the acceleration down. There is the one downside of, I don't know where you're accelerating your energy to, because, I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
I guess,
result, but
I guess you hope you draw another basic off of the Melanie, but essentially.
but does seem to be a pretty nice turn. It just goes to show just how good all this search is. You can
Yeah.
almost always find a correct sequence to get to
Yeah.
exactly what you want.
And here's the scary thing, right? Is that if Tim had left the Ice Rider Calyrex being active, Stéphane would actually have a KO on it because they've just got the choice belt rather, just in hand ready to go.
Yeah.
So
Melanie
there's
also drawing a few extra cards. So
no ways to get a basic. It looks like just
yeah, that would have been the ideal turn, but pretty close. Like getting the KO here is pretty nice. But also Tim doesn't need too much to be able to just respond KO and basically put himself pretty far ahead. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing because, and like we were just saying in the beginning, this is exactly what the Ice Rider deck can prey on. So, yeah, Pass at the Peak doesn't really
Do
that
anything.
much. No, I guess it stops another Lumineon if Tim plays more than one, but I believe there's only the one in the list, so I don't think that matters too much. Yeah. Oof. So Stéphane is, I think, kind of aware of how precarious a position that he's in right now because, yeah, he's going for this KO with the Trinity Nova, but he's not happy about it because Tim just needs energy, choice belt, evolution. That's it.
Yep.
Or even the Leon would do the trick.
So let's see. It is going to be the Ice Rider with the energy on.
Evolution, attach,
Uh-huh.
then there's a choice belt. If not, yeah, Leon, that'll do it.
Uh-huh. That
That-
feels pretty mean.
It's all that's needed, and all of a sudden, look at that. Tim takes 2 prizes, and Stéphane just left it for Drissile.
Yeah, he's just like, well, I had a board. I no longer have a board, as
Yeah.
we see big shady dealings. But it's going to be an uphill struggle now for Stéphane, even off this big shady dealings, to basically have to set up another bench. But the cool thing for Tim is that he doesn't actually have to rush setting up this next Max Lance, right? Like
No.
he's able to kind of attach, get a boss in there somewhere. Like he can attach Melanie, like he can Melanie to try and draw things, and then just because it's not as if Stéphane's going to be able to one-hit knock out this Ice Rider Calyrex
No,
anytime
of
soon.
course not. So yeah, I think there's definitely. I mean, there's definitely. It's not as if Stéphane is like completely out of this, and it's also not as if Tim can't can't afford to. If he falls behind in tempo here, it's really not the end of the world, right? He's taken such a vital KO at this point that he has the time to build things back up again for the next one.
Yeah, and like that's always nice because like when you're trying to do these big KOs back to back, often means you're not bossing because
Yes.
you have to use other resources, but you want to be able to boss, be able to pick off the things that you really want to hit.
It's essentially what you call like the one downside of a Melanie-based deck, right? Melanie being very powerful, being able to let you get extra water engines on the field whilst drawing more cards, but it's a supporter, so Melanie means no boss's orders, and that is always like the struggle you have essentially.
So we do see the RCS V hit the board now for Stéphane. He is playing the Alien Cross, I think is what some of the Australian players called this variant, because it has the cross switches in it. It's like Alien X or something like that. I think those Australian players come up with some weird deck names, man.
But it doesn't come up with very strong decks. I mean, Australia has some of the best players in the world. As we've
I mean, like
literally our most recent world champion being.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that like they don't know what they're doing, but I am questioning their deck choice, their deck naming choices. As we see now, an extra RCS also hit the board. This big Inteleon's just kind of chilling out in the active, not really doing an awful lot.
Could we maybe see a Aqua Bullet come in?
So, Aqua Bullet is one of those amazingly underrated attacks, because 120 is actually a lot more than you think.
Yes.
And also, those little snipes can put so many things suddenly within range.
Yeah, that's no question about it. And Stéphane decided not to go for it here. I guess just thinking I'd rather try and get my Arceus powered up with 3 basics so that I can do more damage with the Trinity Nova when it eventually becomes a V-Star. All the same, it's slightly precarious position here for Stéphane, as Tim does go for that Melanie, draws 3 cards, and I imagine we'll just be going for. Now I was gonna say you could go for Rider to High King KO, but actually now that there's an Inteleon out, I think Rider to High King won't quite do enough.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because Stéphane only has 2 bench Pokemon out.
Yeah, I like this Drizzle cash in now to go grab the choice belt. This does tell me that Tim isn't fully aware of the fact that Stéphane is playing the Tool Scrapper, but maybe Tim has a way of going into. I was going to say, is there an escape rope line he can make? But he's already used his 1 copy of escape rope.
Actually, no. I'm 99% sure I saw Stéphane discard Tool Scrapper earlier.
Okay, in that case, it's fine.
Yeah, I could be wrong there, but I'm fairly sure I saw that. So that might be why Tim feels content to just playing this down straight away. Although it does mean in future games he'll think, oh, whoa, okay, maybe I need to be careful about when.
Yeah, you can't just burn the choice band for belt for whenever you want to, right? Like you have to be kind of careful.
It is so easy to get choice band and choice belt mixed up. It's both like choice B. Like I've done it myself.
They're both damage modifiers as well. So I'm just like, my brain just goes, "Where's the choice belt?" I'm like, "Is it? Hang on, is it band or belt? I don't even know anymore."
Yes. So right, there goes Tim, the choice belt, and then Evolution Incense, grabbing what looks to be a Ice Rider, Calyrex VMAX, going to evolve that as well. Just get all the attackers set up and make sure that he has a good stream of attackers to go with. Sobble goes down as well, so that Drizzle isn't out to more things, and I'm liking the spread of energy attachments here.
Yeah. I also really love like the extra Sobble is just like it means that your Evo Incenses are like and your level balls are outs, because if you hit one of those, you can then boss to KO the Arceus with all the energy on, and oh look, you're back to like a really favorable position again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really great trick to have. Now, Stéphane here has the Evolution Incense, so we'll be able to find the Arceus V-Star and start putting some damage pressure on this Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. But I think finding a big charm here is really important. It's Stéphane does play it, doesn't he? I believe it's a 1 copy.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's going to be absolutely vital, especially considering Tim has already played the Leon, so a big charm means essentially no one-shot.
Yeah, and if you can do something like, if you can big charm here, plus then get the Sharon's Care next turn, that is a huge 1-2 of you can hit twice into their basically not having hit at all.
Yes.
Especially if they have to discard energies along that process, right? Like if they've discarded 2 energies, they might have to burn another Melanie to set things back up.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that is absolutely how Stéphane comes back into this game, and I'm sure he recognizes that line as well, and is just making sure that he executes that line to the best of his ability so that it can carry it out that way.
So, will depend somewhat on what Stéphane's actually able to do, because I think it sounds somewhat awkward still. Double checking the count for Tim. So, not sure there's that much going on in there right now. There's a manual attachment, but I don't think I see a way to retreat this Inteleon.
Also, is this quite a discussion going on? It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like some form of discussion at the table. Just double checking everything. Obviously, these are the rounds where you really want to make sure you're paying attention. It's really hard after like 9 rounds to like end up miscounting something, and that ends up being the thing that decides if you progress into day 2 or not.
Yeah. So, okay, no, it looks like it's fine. So I guess they were just like thinking about something. maybe just having discussion over. So there's water energy being attached to the active, it looks like, onto the Inteleon.
Yep.
And yeah, it can be hard to tell with body language sometimes what's going on, because it looked like they might be looking to adjust something, but no. Stéphane attached to the active, and there it is, the Aqua Bullet doing 120 to the active, and then 20 to that Luminion.
Yeah, softens it up, and I also kind of like this line of not committing to the V-Star, because you play a thinner count of the V-Stars, right?
Yes.
It does mean, though, like, other options become available for Tim to KO. Like, by keeping the bench so small, the path of the High King isn't any good. You still have to max lance here, but you are taking a bit of energy off the board in doing so.
Yes, you are, and that's going to be another KO from Tim, and only 2 prizes away from winning this game. But if Stéphane can then next turn find V-Star plus Big Charm, then he can really try and mount that defensive pressure that's going to be too hard to overcome.
But here we see Boss. The extra choice belt is in hand now.
Yeah, so got that ready to go. Doesn't need to worry about.
And there's only one attachment as well. Actually, Tim's also got the Tool Scrapper, so even if he did have the Charm, it actually wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, Tim's playing Tool Scrapper. Right, yes, of course. So, wow, yeah, Tim is actually in a commanding position in that case.
Yeah.
Good
Basically
grief.
a boss away from just wrapping this game up, and has, I think, it's Big Shady in hand, so Big Shady dealings Inteleon, getting 2 cards. Boss is the only one that is needed.
Wow.
So.
And I think Stéphane maybe even like recognizing this, just continuing to commit to attacking with this Inteleon in the active, just with the Aqua Bullet. But there's a Professor's Research. There's no hand disruption. So I think as long as Tim has a way to get, an attacker into the active, we're going to be going on to game 2.
I mean, basically water energy plus boss is all we need to be able to wrap this game up.
Well, assuming Stéphane doesn't KO the active, he'd need a way to retreat as well. That would be the other
True.
But yeah, Stéphane obviously having played for longer and having experience to recognize that this is the current state that the game is in, and to try and play it out as best as possible, just recognizing, I need to keep attacking with this Inteleon if I want to have a shot at winning here. It's a very precarious position to be in. I don't envy him at all, but he's doing the best he can to secure his future. And double turbo going on to the Arceus V-Star as well, and probably going to see another Aqua Bullet.
Yep. The Aqua Bullet here, again, I love the Aqua Bullet here because it forces, like, this Inteleon is really annoying for Tim to deal with.
It is, yeah.
Committing the resources to discard the energy kind of sucks.
Yeah, just a little bit. And it's also because exactly the Aqua Bullet doesn't get the KO on the active Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, it does now force Tim to have that out to retreat, as well as the Water Energy and the boss's orders to win the game. I guess the question just becomes, does Tim have it? So there goes a level ball. Will be for a Drizzle, I'm sure. I want to see something about Tim's list. Is he playing some way to, like, what's he playing to retreat, if anything? Is he playing an air balloon or anything like that? There's escape rope,
which we saw early, right? I think.
I do believe so, yeah. So I don't see it in the deck at least. Yeah, I think it got discarded earlier. So actually, I don't think there's a way for Tim to retreat here. I don't think he could, he's not going to be able to seal the game this turn.
Okay, so
I guess maybe the move here is to just Melanie again attach and KO the Inteleon, because it stops scoop up net plays at the very least, and Stéphane has no way of taking a multi-prize turn next turn if you get rid of the Inteleon. So yeah, I think that's exactly what Tim's going to do. Melanie into the active, attaching water energy, and that was and I think it's going to be just another attachment and a KO in the Inteleon. After it looks like a crit ball's being grabbed here. Yeah, discarding another Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX and grabbing another Ice Rider Calyrex V.
Yeah, this Inteleon's put in some work.
It is. I don't think it's going to be enough, unfortunately, but it kind of goes to show just how strong Aqua Bullet can be, like you were saying earlier.
And it's also like, it gets you 2 cards, it actually has a really good attack, Inteleon's pretty cool. What's not to like about this card?
Yeah, it's almost like this card is insane and in basically a large percentage of the metagame.
Yeah, as we just go, right, I think Tim's gone, you know what? I've had enough. Get out. Get out of here, Inteleon. I'm
had
sick of
enough.
seeing you. I've seen
Yes.
you all day. Just go away.
Yeah.
As we see a big Max Lance. I mean, also there's another one basically ready to go on the bench. So at this point, he's like, I don't care if I have to go to one prize card left.
Yes. I don't see a way for Stéphane to come back here because water energy gets the win. Water plus, say, well, it carries the active, but also Tim only needs one more prize. So say if there was some like kind of fringe way to kill a Sobble, that would work too. There's just too much for Stéphane to overcome at this point.
So looks like we're just going to get into Rod here. Can't take two. Yeah, I was going to say two of each. You can't take 3 and 1. That's not how it works. But the scrapper is in the discard already. So.
We do see in the chat someone's asking, does Stéphane play Scrapper? Yes, Stéphane does play one copy of Tool Scrapper. He's actually one of the few top players to play it. We were actually talking about this earlier, which of course makes sense. You want to shut off that memory capsule on the Jolteon.
He saw Jolteon firsthand last week and went, none of that. None of that funny business.
Yes, none of that, please. Level Warm in the meantime after that Ordinary Rod to be able to get a Drizzile back and try to do something, but I don't know what you can do at this point because that's Tim has the Scrapper ready in hand, so I guess you just have to like find the big charm and pray, but the prayers aren't going to help much right now. You go for the Marnie. That's absolutely what you do. You reduce Tim's outs to the win.
Exactly. You just go, okay, make them miss.
Yes.
Again, the thing is here is that if Tim does miss for a turn, that is all really Stéphane needs to get back into this game.
Yeah, at that point, because
the Luminion's just going to be enough to steal it.
Yeah, and that's of course why that Luminion's been the one that's being softened up here, because that's going to be the easy pick-off target for later if Stéphane's able to survive this one more turn. So very crucial Marnie here. Oh, Stéphane finds the big charm. That's huge, and an energy as well.
Okay, so we see the knockout, and it's sort of protected. Tim needs to get back into the Tool Scrapper, which I think we just got Marnied back,
it did
right?
Just get Marnie back, yeah. So
it's on the bottom of the deck.
So Tim needs to basically find Big Shady here, or just somehow draw into the Tool Scrapper again, which I don't know if you can actually do. Let's
and KO. No, I mean here I think you just go ahead and grab the energy, just more for retreat outs, right?
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Also, like this, this also I like of like it's fine to just attach them active.
Yes. So here we go. Yep, no reason not to put that in the active. Here comes the big bad Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Does Tim have the outs to win? There's a boss's orders. Wait.
He has, but he's
got Big Shady. Yeah, so there's a Tool Scrapper and then Melanie. That will do it. So attaching the extra energy, Tool Scrapper takes a knockout, and Tim Bartels takes game 1.
And this is such a cool game. Like, we know this is technically an unfavored matchup for the Arceus player, but it was damn close.
It was damn close. And once again, Stéphane showing why he's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, and just getting that as tight as it was, I was like, okay, I mean, pretty good, but yeah, we got there with the Big Shady. And the Big Shady dealings in Teleon does a ton of work for both players in this game. Yes. Finding the outs to win for Tim, but also Stéphane just kind of went, okay, you got this. Like, I'm going to trust you to do the damage for me for a few turns and set things up so that we have a chance to get back in.
Yeah, absolutely. So Stéphane knows what he needs to do if he wants to, try and pull off a win against an unfavorable matchup. But Tim as well, piloting his deck to the maximum of his skill level as well, and taking a very, I think very convincing would be harsh. Obviously, Stéphane did a good fight back, but Tim was able to find the outs he needed to win that game.
But like, there's an interesting thing here. Tim decided that he drew the boss. He only needed boss energy to win, right?
Yes.
So he actually could have opted to boss attach and take the single prize. That would have also recalled the game because he only had one prize card left, right?
Yep.
He actually showed the Scrapper, which Stéphane hadn't seen yet, to get rid of the big charm and do it that way. So he effectively took one more prize card, but that doesn't matter. He basically gave Stéphane the information about Scrapper.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, I actually don't know if I saw an energy in Tim's hand. I think that's the reason why he did that, because otherwise...
He could have, I guess he still had the Melanie, right? Like, no, he had buckets. He still has buckets left.
Did he have buckets left?
I think he would have at least one bucket left. So
yeah. In that case, there was a potential to do the play in a way where you give away slightly less information, but it's...
But no, because I'm actually thinking about this. I like giving the information.
Oh, you like giving the information?
Yeah,
okay.
To go, cool, you play that big charm.
Oh, right, I see.
You know I have the out. I kind of like that. Like, it's a subtle thing. I can see, okay, maybe not all the time, but like there's an argument here to go, it's fine giving this info because I don't think you're going to be able to play around it in a way that really matters.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it comes down to it might force Stéphane to like hold it a little bit. Oh my goodness, those prizes!
That's 3 Drizzle.
That's his free Drizzle prize. Please tell me he plays 4.
He might. Hang on. That's Stéphane's list. Bad news.
Uh-oh! that's not good.
These Drizzles are not going to be any good. There are 3 on the list. Well, there were 3 on the list. There's now 3 in the prize cards instead.
I think Tim's going to be noticing that and thinking, oh dearie me. That's not good news. Oh boy, and yeah, he must be looking now and seeing that might be a problem.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Okay, right, hypothetical. Thank you, next. Like, this is where I'm like, I mean, I could still win this without them, but also, do I want to?
Well, okay, here's the thing. Like, Tim's hand still seems pretty, I was going to say pretty decent, but no, he had to grab himself a Marnie off of that. Stéphane's turn 1 was not that, it was fine, but not amazing. He missed the energy drop, but just gradually get 2 sobbles down. Depending on what Tim gets off this Marnie, we could see what a big difference make. No basics.
Okay. Welcome to Whiff City. We're going to see you keep calling.
No, but this is horrendous now because at least if he was able to find an Ice Rider Calorie XV, then he could just attach to that and start get something ready. But surely Tim must have noticed that all his Drizzles are prized. Maybe he didn't. Maybe just in the heat at the moment he's just thinking, oh yeah, I'll just grab some sobbles, right? Easy peasy.
Yeah. I mean, so one of the things here is actually you're kind of fine with this still if you're Tim because Tim just needs a draw. So you don't really care about the Drizzles being prized and like the fact that this game is going to be clunky and slow. You're 1 up.
Right,
with 25 minutes left.
Yeah, that is true, actually. Yeah.
Like, the clock is kind of on your side now. Like, you're either winning this 2-0 if you pull this back, or you're just going to end up with a tie anyway.
Yeah, and the tie will get Tim into day 2. So, yeah, it makes sense that he's less worried in that regard.
Which is why Stéphane wanted to play. Stéphane was the one who wanted to play it out. This knocks an Ice Rider out of day 2 for Stéphane.
That's actually, that's...
Right,
that's,
if he wins.
I hadn't even thought about it like that, but that's a very good point. We do see there the Avery from Stéphane and Tim, like, not even wasting a millisecond in just sending that Luminion straight to the discard pile from the bench.
Yep.
Makes complete sense, of course. So now it's literally just a field of 4 sobbles on Tim's side, but really Tim needs to get down an Ice Rider Caliber XV as soon as possible. And of course the big problem is he can't use Shady Dealings to help him get there.
Yeah, that's so what Stéphane doesn't know, but Tim definitely does, is that's a whole board of nothing.
Yes, essentially.
Like, there may as well not be anything, and Stéphane's just going to go, KO, KO. Why aren't you evolving any of these?
Well, you could attach and use the second attack, and maybe do 40 damage if you flip 2 heads. I think you lose if you do that.
I'm convinced. I'm in. So we see the Drizzle. Tim's like, he probably has like sad tiny violin music of like when he sees their Drizzles of like, oh, I want my own.
Yeah. Can I borrow one, please?
As Drizzle comes down, grabs an Evo Incense, so we can go and grab the Arceus with the water energy in the discard pile already.
Oh,
this means Melanie is live, so we can get the 1 turn power up for this Arceus and start taking the prize cards.
Makes a lot of sense to me, and. It's going to be, and unlike last time, Stéphane actually has something to attach to, so that makes it even better. And Stéphane kind of, I think he's kind of telegraphs his whole turn in advance.
Yeah.
Oh no! Okay.
Oh no, just pause it up. Okay.
Yeah. So just going to go for the Trinity Charge. It looks like. So yeah, free basic energies from the Trinity Charge onto the bench Arceus V.
That's it. I might have to ask Stéphane about that turn at some point because like I think he had the outs because he had the Evo Incense.
No, maybe.
But he has no Melanie. Okay, yeah. He has no Melanie. But like he could have. Oh no, the Path of Peak to play.
Oh yeah, that's why. So he had no out to Path of the Peak. That's why. So it all makes sense now. And here we go. If Tim hasn't noticed it before, he will surely notice now. And there it is. There it is. Yeah. I guess it can be easy to miss on the first few deck searches because you play so many of them and you think, oh yeah, surely they're all in there, right?
But and then he's Evo Incensed and gone. You what? And now the thing is, okay, so as soon as you play, you needed this to be on the first search because the very fact that you've taken this Inteleon now, Stéphane knows.
Yeah, there's no, this is highly telegraphed. Stéphane is looking at this thinking, right, I see what's happened here, and I'm very okay with this.
Okay, like Tim didn't hide the look at the thing, and I'm probably even telling him that they're all prize, but like, it doesn't feel good to then have to be like, oh no.
Yeah, it's slightly like tail between the legs moment, as it were.
Yeah.
And as you do see Tim going for another Marnie, and just needs to see an out to a
Something?
basic this turn. Yeah, just on any Ice Rider, any out to an Ice Rider Calyrex V will do.
How about no?
No. Okay, maybe
How
not.
about literally not a single play? Okay, that's not true. Bucket's playable. Is it good? No. But there's at least one playable card in that hand.
Basically, but here's the thing, right? Under any other circumstance, that hand would be busted because you just level ball for Drizzile and you're good to go. Not this time, my friends.
Yeah, honestly, surprisingly, the Drizzle makes a surprisingly large amount of this deck completely dead for Tim.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't help but feel sorry for him, really.
We can Zigzagoon, I suppose. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what he grabbed. And Capacious Bucket. So it is true what you're saying in the sense that, Tim doesn't mind a tie at this point, so that's why he's probably like playing it out. But could there be, given that the matchup is favorable and like a win would be great, is there an argument to just kind of accept loss, concede, and move to game 3 so you can actually finish it? Still?
Well, this is the thing. He only needs a tie. So no, you basically make as many actions as you can every turn to not bleed the clock down, but like effectively you're going, look, take these prize cards, make me lose. Because then it's 1-1 with 10, 15 minutes left on the clock. I'm favored in this matchup, so either it's finishing 2-1 or a tie.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because if it was an unfavorable matchup, then you would consider conceding. But because it's favorable and you don't care if you tie or win, it kind of makes sense to play to the odds that gives you the most chances of a tie or a win happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes complete sense. I think obviously Stéphane would like to take a win here because, like you said, that would knock out another Ice Rider from day 1, and that would make his day 2 easier, and it would also put him on a better day 2 record, so that he's more likely to make top 8. But I mean, to be fair, the way this is going, you might see the game end very quickly anyway. There's this deck just doesn't. If you have all your Drizzile's prize, there's so much of your deck that actually just doesn't do anything.
Level Ball's pretty bad. Evo Instance is pretty bad. Inteleons are pretty bad. That's a lot of pretty bad cards.
There we go.
Okay, right, we have a card that's playable.
Yeah, that was extremely important. Then Melanie as well. Absolute gravy there, and going to be able to draw 3 cards too. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This game is not completely over.
Yeah.
It's just still sort of difficult.
Yeah. But this is exactly what Tim needed. Now he's gotten out to not just 1, but 2 Ice Rider Calyrex Vs, and now the evolution incentives are useful again because you can at least get the Ice Rider Calyrex Remax and start putting some kind of damage onto these things.
Yeah.
That rest of the hand isn't looking great, though, if I'm being honest.
No, so this is the issue. There's no out to the VMAX, which is the card that you need most right now, because if you can get the VMAX down, retreat, KO, and RCS, you're all like, it's all good. We're back in this. Especially because like, if you take prize cards with 3 in there when you're taking 2, you're pretty sure you're going to hit the Drizzile.
There's a good chance, yeah.
Especially the way they're laid out. Like, he's definitely taking a Drizzile, because
yeah, just by virtue of how it's laid out, yeah, you're right. Because you're not going to take 2 prizes in a way where it ends up being the ultra ward.
Those people who do that on PCGO actually upset me. But it doesn't seem very likely.
No.
So it is almost certainly going to be taking a Drizzile, which is excellent because then it means the deck is sort of back up and running.
Yeah. So Melanie onto the Ice Rider, one of the Ice Rider Calyrex Vs on the bench, and then just a pass from Tim. I imagine Stéphane would mightily like to get a KO on one of those.
If there is a way of doing something along those lines, such as say a boss choice band, or either a choice band on the active or like a switch boss sort of thing.
Belt,
exactly. Belts. There's all sorts of combinations that we can do here. And pulling them off would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. There is what looks to be another Arceus V-Star coming down. Big Charm on the active. Okay, yeah, that makes it a little bit harder for Tim to find the means to KO this. Although there is Leon in hand already. There's a Tool Scrapper as well,
and there is Belt in hand. So no KO on the bench Calyrex this turn, which is fine.
Yeah. I think given that Stéphane didn't have the out to the boss's orders, it makes sense to just not go for it and just be safe and just you make use of that Big Charm. You can always choice Belt the bench if you want to.
Yeah. just go ahead, take the free KO on this Sobble.
Yeah.
All your attackers are ready to go for the rest of the game. You're also kind of going, well, you know Tim's got nothing. So
yeah.
you don't really feel bad about having to go through all the Sobbles. You're like, well, it's fine. Like, I clearly have more time than you thought I was going to.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Yeah, it seems pretty good as we see the shady dealings in Teleon come down.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cross switcher though. Could we see double cross switcher choice belt KO onto the? This could be very spicy.
Oh, I think we're going to. Tim can see that and he's like, I don't like what you've just done. Please don't do that.
And then Stéphane's like, you don't like it, but it's gonna happen.
As we see the double cross switch come down. Also, nice little thing there Stéphane did of actually, you could take, like intuitively, you'd go take both cross switch with the big Inteleon, but by actually scoop up knitting it, you can then get to reuse that one next turn.
Yes.
You set your bench up to be better for Drizzles. Like it's attention to detail in these things when you like try and close out these games.
Yeah, it's very, very smart. Heads up play again from Stéphane, and we know that the choice belt's already in hand, so yeah, Stéphane can just attach that. Oh, kind of, asking what I think maybe asking what cross switcher does.
Yeah, it's going, but why? Why does this exist?
And then choice belt on the active, and that will be a Trinity Nova for the KO on the Ice Rider Calyrex with 1 energy. So now, Stéphane takes 2 prizes, and Tim, with the way that the hand is, has no way to respond. Like, again, lovable, great card in any other circumstances, but not when you have 3 Drizzles in the prize cards.
Yeah, this is rough. Like, we've seen some rough games today. This is up there.
Yeah, it's when your entire deck doesn't operate on the basis of 3 of essentially the most vital card in your deck being prized. It's not a good place to be.
Yeah, and just passes it over. Does Stéphane have the out for boss?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
That was no time wasted there. Boss's orders, and then probably going to be, straight up Trinity Nova KO, and then...
I don't even know if you need to commit anything else right now.
No.
Like, you know that this hand is a complete brick for Tim.
Yeah. And, I mean, if I'm Stéphane, surely I'm just taking the OKO more quickly because, you want to make sure that you can finish...
exactly, there's the time, right? Like, if you want them out of the tournament, you want to make sure that you finish game 3.
Yes.
But, like, realistically, you could also just have the tie. It's not the end of the world for Stéphane. He obviously wants the extra 2 points if he can get them, but...
Yeah. And Tim... can't even justify doing anything here. Just
Tim's just like, go on.
Yeah, and he might show it here. Just all 3 Drizzles, they're in the prize. Unbelievable, just shaking his head. But it's fine. Like you were saying before, Tim knows that a tie here will get him through, and so as long as Stéphane doesn't find a way to also win game 3, which could happen, Tim's feeling okay.
Well, exactly. Like, Tim knows he's favored, strictly speaking, so this is actually a really nice situation to be in.
Yes.
I am favored. There are 15 minutes left. If the game finishes in 15 minutes, chances are it is in Tim's favor.
Yes.
So he's not super stressed out right now. Stéphane, on the other hand, is like, I don't really care either way.
Yeah. Makes sense.
This makes no difference to me whatsoever. So can just finish this game off and basically see where they end up for tomorrow. I don't imagine it's going to be quite as painful like game 3.
I wouldn't have thought
I really hope
either.
it's not going to be as painful because that hurt my soul.
Don't jinx it.
I'll find wood. I'm touching wood. There's the table. The table.
Yeah, the castle desk is wood. We are.
I'm touching wood. I'm hoping it won't be as bad.
That's we'll have to see here. And oh yeah, gosh, it is extremely unlikely that it happens again, but it can, and that's a little bit frightening. It's I'm reminded of the the John Kettler free Rowlet prized. It's US Nationals.
Please no, the flashbacks.
Well, to be fair, even that wasn't as bad. At least you had 1 Rowlet left.
Yeah. Whereas that was just like, but what if you don't?
Yeah.
Which, especially when you've already played the card to go and search them, is real bad. So
yes.
Let's see if this is going to finish in game 3, getting a conclusion, or if we're going to end up finishing this off with a tie.
Yeah. Only one way to find out, as I believe Tim is just about done shuffling, going to draw an opening hand, and they're having a stare down?
I mean, I like the drama of the stare down.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm all about it. I want more stare downs in my Pokemon TCG action. I think that would add some great hype, especially with this like layout what we have. If they can get them to real intense eye contact,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yes.
Um,
No kidding. Wait, is something going on here? Like, yeah. Okay. So we have just received word that Stéphane and Tim have decided to ID, but and this is a verbatim quote: "They are playing out Game 3 for the honor and the stream."
I respect that.
Yeah.
A huge respect of going, I mean, it's probably a tie anyway. Let's just play for fun now.
Yes.
Which I also love when players do this after playing 9 rounds, right? It would be so tempting to be like, cool, I'm just go ahead and like ID and go dip and go get me some food. The fact that they're going, you know what, we're having a good time. Stream are having a good time.
Yeah.
Let's just finish this for some hype.
Yeah, it's you love to see it, and yeah, I guess now we will see how this Game 3 would have panned out. Would it have been a tie, or maybe are one of the both of them gonna potentially regret this decision?
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Like this is great. It shows just how much passion some of these players have. Like Stéphane, if you talk to Stéphane about Pokemon literally any time,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, let's go. I want to talk about this.
Okay, there we go. We went from free Dressage prize to no Dressage prize. That's a lot better.
Very, very good. I know that's not true. Stéphane prize one.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so we see quick ball. So there's no dunk for Stéphane available now.
Nope. And I mean, to be fair, it's not impossible for a game between these two decks to finish in 10 minutes.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
It's not. It's.
I mean, if Ice Rider does what Ice Rider does, it goes KO, KO, KO.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty decent start as well. Well, any start was better than the one from the last game there. Quick ball for the Ice Rider Calyrex V, and then attaching energy. Headbutt Tantrum already? Okay, fair enough. Oh, just using Escape Rope to put it into the active and then just passing.
Yeah, real nice opening turn. Gets the little ping. Not that it ends up being relevant ever.
No,
but,
not really.
You know, it's still nice.
Stéphane also firing off a quick ball of his own. And looking to get a Sobble from that, of course, having already got the Arceus V down. Important to get as many of those Sobbles down turn 1 as you can. Going to be looking for an energy drop, of course, on the Arceus V as well. Maybe even ideally starting off with a double turbo so you can go for a turn 1 Trinity charge. That's always super strong.
Yep, exactly. And it's nice to see the Sobble squad, even though I'm personally part of the Grookey gang. Getting all of the Sobble squad down is pretty fun.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And another quick ball is guarding a path to the peak, so going to be able to get down another Sobble, which of course will be great for Stéphane. Now, yeah, things are going a little bit slowly at this point, so I'm not 100%.
Probably could have been ID'd.
Yeah.
I mean, they've ID'd. They already know it's a tie.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just going to go, look, see, it would have been a tie anyway.
Yeah. So I'm slightly surprised in the sense that I know, having talked to Stéphane many times, Stéphane isn't really a big fan of IDing, generally speaking.
Nope.
Yeah, he usually tends to, as the whole reason he's even on this stream game at all, he likes to sort of play it out. But I guess maybe in this particular instance, recognizing that, yeah,
it's realistically going to happen, or I'm going to lose.
Yes. So
at which point you off the ID, because it's like, well, at least I get a point.
Yeah. A tie is better than a loss, and if Tim can set up, then he is favoured. So I guess in this instance, it does kind of make sense that Stéphane went that way. He has got an energy drop on the Arceus V on the bench as well, which is nice. And I think there is a Drizzle in hand.
Yeah,
for
just
next
pass
turn
it
as
all
well.
over and just go, right, off we go. Okay, we see an Evo Incense.
Yeah, and wait
and
for it.
this time,
wait for it.
he's going to go.
There it is. I think he panicked a little bit for a second. They're all clumped towards the top, so thinking, oh no, not again, please no.
Please no. But no, this time we do see a Shady Dealings happen. This means that the outs have been found. The deck is going to do what it wants to do, at least in some capacity.
Yeah. Tim's hand is really not that great right now. I believe I saw a scoop up net and something else. So a scoop up net and a melody. So it's gonna be scoop up net on the Zigzagoon.
Yep.
Bring the Ice Rider into the
I love
active.
this.
Yep. And then
Throw it down.
Yeah, why not? Put the Headbutt Tantrum damage on the other Arceus, and then just Professor's Research. All Tim needs is just to find another Water Energy and the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, and then it's good to go. There's one of the two. Oh, yeah.
I mean, off to the races this deck goes, and I think they even picked up the Shady Dealings in Inteleon.
Yes, and a couple more Ice Rider Calyrex Vs as well. Fantastic. That's pretty much as ideal as it's going to get.
Yeah.
I don't know what Tim was doing there, just kind of ripping from the top of the deck. But
It's like, believe in the heart of those cards as we just see Max Lance, KO, 2 prizes.
Yes. Solid, solid, solid. So Stéphane going to be looking to mount a response of some kind. Of course, no path to the peak in play, so Starbuff is still an option for him. And I mean, there's the Ultra Wall in hand right there. So, and he's already got the double turbo as well. So yeah, we're going to be seeing a Starbuff this turn plus Trinity Nova without a doubt. Double turbo onto the active, and then after that an Ultra Wall. Or maybe with the Shady Dealings Drizzle in the hand, could also just go for that to grab an Evo Incense instead. Not quite sure if there's some hands that some cards that he wants to thin out of the hand. Staring at his hand quite intensely to decide. Yeah, just looking over, giving it some thought. When you know that the game you're playing it's just like for the honor of the stream, as they put it. I guess you don't mind even taking like a little bit more time.
I mean, this is also like the thing where you can go ahead and just be like, I don't really care. I'm going to go for the highlight reel plays, right?
Yes.
Like those slim percentage plays that you're like, I mean, it'd be cool if it came off.
Yeah.
I mean, when you know there's no stress and like it's just for fun. So
it makes it a little bit more tempting to go for. So there it is. Yeah, Evo Incense grabbing the Arceus V-Star, and you don't actually even need to Starbuff this turn if you didn't want to. You have everything that you need kind of in hand already, and maybe Stéphane even considering a boss's orders to bring up the bench Ice Rider Calyrex V?
Yeah, I mean, if you can hit into it, KO it, in the ideal scenario, sweet. But, I mean, you have to take you're going through a V max at some point. Like, you have no choice.
No, not really. And the other thing is, of course, Stéphane could grab a path to the peak and put it down himself now that he's not worried about his Starbuff being unable to be used. But the only thing that really affects for Tim would be the Luminion V, which, granted, he's not used yet, so could be maybe annoying, but I'm sure most of the time Stéphane realizes that putting the path to the peak down just doesn't really do much to hinder Tim.
No, this is true. Like, the path in this particular matchup is kind of irrelevant because, I mean, Ice Rider Path was like the deck when Ice Rider first came out, so it's not surprising that it's stuck to a very similar kind of play.
No, absolutely not. So Stéphane wasn't even able to see what cards.
No, I haven't seen them.
Starbuff, but clearly trying to think which few. Oh, it looks like another Arceus V and a Big Shady. Looks like it makes sense. So actually going to boss up the Drizzle. Interestingly enough, just cut off that search engine. Monty, I like this. It makes sense. And yeah, just going to then go straight up for the Trinity Nova and load up this Arceus V that he just got off the Starbuff.
No, and I kind of, so this is clever because if you know you have to go through the VMAX, you're gonna have to go 3 prizes at some point. So if you can take your 1 early to go 1, 3, 2, that's a much nicer and actually much easier prize mapping for Arceus to reach because like at some point there might be a Luminion in play, or by that point you've accrued enough resources that you can KO Ice Rider V.
Yeah.
Without having to overcommit. So this is a really nice prize map to take.
Yeah. The only thing that would potentially put a hindrance to that is if Tim is able to get another Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX down and then not put down another 2 prizer.
Yes.
That would be the only thing that sort of stops that from taking full effect. But we do see the right hand there from Tim, so able to attach a Water Energy from the bench to the active Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX and then grab any 1 card that he wants from the deck.
Yep. And I mean, you get the attachment. Do you want to guarantee the second attachment? Like, I don't know what's in hand.
He grabbed the money, it looks like, so maybe
for next turn. So he must have the KO maybe this turn anyway.
Well, that'd be pretty strong if that's the case. We'd just need a water from hand and then the choice belt, and then that would get there.
And the fact that they didn't take the choice belt tells us that Tim probably doesn't need it, and it's just going to be a pass. So. No, I was going. I don't care. I don't need to take it now. I'll just go 2. I'll do it next turn.
Yeah, fair enough, I suppose. Maybe. Okay, no, I've just seen what happens here. He didn't have a way to get both the extra energy he needed and the choice belt.
True.
He needed both, and he could only get one or the other. So that's why he went for the Marnie. So actually, Stéphane KOing the Inteleon was, or rather carrying the Drizzle so that the Inteleon couldn't come out was a very clever move.
Yeah, taking out the parts of the engine as opposed to just the main attacker.
Yeah. And now what I think Stéphane can do to guarantee that prize mapping is possible, maybe just bosses orders up the bench, Ice Rider Calyrex and KO that.
Yep. I mean, you do have to put some damage into this Ice Rider active.
Yeah, you could do that as well.
Like, you do need to do that at some point, otherwise you just lose because, like, it's a 2-hit knockout. You can't 1-hit knockout it ever.
Yes.
So you have to sink some damage in at some point. I think we saw a big charm being taken there.
Yes, it was a big charm indeed.
So basically this might be the turn where you go commit the damage in. If you commit the damage in now, you're okay because you can basically say 2-hit knockout into 1-hit knockout and win it that way.
Yes. So we are very close to time here. I do believe the time was called for the rest of the round 9. So and what you can see on the time there won't be long until time's called here as well. So yeah, it seems like a shame to end on what feels like a bit of an anticlimax considering how the rest of the day has been, but it's cool still to have both these guys on stream, especially to see Stéphane going from the very first round and seeing him back and actually able to make it into day 2 again.
Yeah, and especially after the win last week as well, continuing the hot streak, making day 2, and seeing Tim basically bringing a deck with such a big, hard meta call. Because if you expect to see a ton of Mew, you can't bring this.
No, absolutely not.
But expecting a ton of Arceus, which I think in Europe is a really safe idea, if you can do it and bring it, I mean, we're seeing it can pay off. Making these big calls over what you think is going to be popular, sometimes that's the way to go.
Yeah, and actually it's all paying off here. So the clock is ticking, and very soon it is a shame. I would have loved to see how this game would have played out all the way through because I think it definitely could have gone either way. But I don't think we're going to get the chance to do that, unfortunately, for us.
So we do see Shady Dealings for 2 this time, grabbing Ordinary Rod and Boss's Orders. Going to need some Gust at some point to close this game out.
Yeah, and that now should be time, I believe, unless it's slightly different on the table.
I think so.
I think they might just be talking out a little bit and sort of kind of maybe talking through what would have happened. We see a water engine come down onto the Arceus V, and so Stéphane is going for the boss's orders this turn, has a choice belt in hand, and does take 2 more prizes, which means that it's just Stéphane is just 1 VMAX KO away from winning the game.
Yep. So just goes ahead, grabs 3 prize cards. 2 prize cards seems pretty good.
It does indeed, and has another Ultra Ball to consider as well, but does just decide to go for the Trinity Nova. No. Yes, no, maybe.
Welcome to life as a caster. Well, you're never entirely sure what is actually about to happen. You can see what you can go with. Here's what would make sense, but you don't get to choose. So as we see the KO,
they're finding the Trinity Nova. So taking the knockout, 2 more prizes for Stéphane, and just 3 prizes away from the win. And sort of with Tim to try and decide how best to respond. So
yeah, I'm actually not sure if we were actually playing this match out to completion.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah, maybe.
Like, why not? At this point, like maybe they're just gonna go. Yeah, we don't care about turns. We've already actually handed in our match slip.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And again, much appreciated for everyone, all of us watching, both here at the caster desk and you guys at home as well. So you love to see it. Path of the Peak goes down, slightly irrelevant at this point. But, is what it is. Probably just get it out of the hand.
The thing is, it does make you Luminion dead.
It does, that's true. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him later. We do see there Water Energy.
Okay, well, I mean, you only needed the Water Energy. And I know you need Water Energy damage mod, right?
But there's lovable. So
sweet.
Drizzle's going to come in and fetch that choice belt. There's definitely one left I saw earlier. Yep. And that will be the KO on the Arceus V-Star. Happy days.
And Stéphane's just like, yeah, kind of saw that coming.
Yeah. And Stéphane doesn't really have a means of powering up another attacker easily this turn, I believe. So
no. I mean, well, he does. He has one already ready to go. The issue is it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, sorry, I should specify. An attacker that isn't named Arceus V.
Yes.
Yeah. So, there goes the level ball.
I think I saw Tim has in hand the Evo Incense, so can actually go grab the big Shady Dealings again. And in doing so, basically go Melanie plus Energy Search or Capacious Bucket to guarantee it for game.
Yeah, and that will close it out. So Stéphane really needs to set up, kind of like he did previously, go for, if he still has access to it, Raihan, and then try to set up the Intellion with the Aqua Bullet in one turn to kind of close the game out that way. But I don't see the Raihan in deck. He does play one, right?
Who?
No, Stéphane does play Raihan, right? No. Okay, so actually, yeah, no way for Stéphane to set up this Intellion on the bench to do Aqua Bullet this turn, which is a bit of a problem. And I'm sure it's a problem that Stéphane recognizes.
Yes.
Because now Tim doesn't need to boss his orders to take the win as long as Stéphane attacks with this. It kind of forces the retreat at this point, essentially.
Yep, and we're going to see...
Scoop up net?
Yeah, because you're going to recycle the big shady dealings if you're going to go for any of these like more ambitious lines, but...
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know if there's a line here that doesn't end up with Ice Rider just going, cool, thanks. Yep.
So... the real big shady coming in, and that's maybe get the big charm, so that forces another damage mod. That would maybe work. Big charm on, and then evolve into the Arceus V-Star, because then Tim has to have the Leon, which I think he might have discarded earlier.
Yeah. Oh, true.
That would work.
Protect it for the turn, and the
yeah we can see it. We can have a look now. Was that Leon there I saw?
I didn't see it.
He flicked through. Stéphane flicked through a bit too fast. Wait, did he play? No, it might have been last game actually. But I have a vague recollection of the Leon being discarded this game, but I might be mixing up with the last game.
No, if the Leon's in, then we're going to see Leon plus.
Right. No, but it still doesn't matter because if you Leon, you can't Melanie.
True.
Yeah.
Point,
So actually, no, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, Stéphane is going to be feeling.
I mean, there's Scrapper still.
There is Scrapper still. That is true. That would also work. And Tim has not used that yet this game. So,
like, you can go Melanie for Melanie Scrapper, and then hope to draw into and out for another energy off the Melanie.
Yeah, that would have to be the play, I think. So, yeah, there's an Evo Incense that should have been discarded, I believe. That Evo Incense should be in the discard pile. I mean, it's effectively the game doesn't matter, but at this point. But yeah, that Evo Incense should be in the discard pile 100%.
Sure.
Used it to get back the
V-Star.
Yeah.
So everyone pretend that's not there. If he plays it again, we'll shout.
Yeah.
But we'll all just pretend it's not there.
Yeah. You didn't see anything.
Yeah.
No. Right.
And Stéphane should notice now that he's missing a Evo Incense. And
but apparently not.
Just goes in, hits, and goes, right, please don't have the out.
Yeah, so, Stéphane still with the extra Evo Incense in his hand, we should definitely get to...
No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The game's over.
Oh, does he have everything? Evo Incense, and then...
Does he? I don't know if he has the extra energy in hand, but he just needs Melanie plus
Melanie,
Scrapper.
And then is the... Wait, Capacious Bucket? I think we might have just been checking it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, shuffling thoroughly after the fact. So yeah, Tim has a few outs to get this. Like, I mean, just drawing a Water Energy or a Capacious Bucket will do the trick here. So yeah, there's going to be a Melanie.
Yep. Melanie gets the thing.
Oh no, it's a miss.
No.
But yeah, is there no way to get this Ultra Ball? No, I don't think there is.
No.
You can't even retreat, so actually, wow.
Yeah, okay, so Stéphane actually ends up winning it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, after turns, but it doesn't matter.
But, yeah, there we go. So, in spite of the result being an ID release, we did see a 4-game to conclusion. So, yeah, Stéphane won, in air quotes, but in reality, yeah, it was an ID. So, we will see both of these players in day 2. And, yeah, what a finish. So, what's been, honestly, an incredible day 1. This has been... it has been a while, to be fair, and so, you know, that sort of factors into it as well, but I can't remember the last time I had so much fun casting over this series of games. And
we've had an awful lot of really good games today, but the action doesn't just happen today. The action will take place tomorrow, kicking off at 9 a.m. sharp as we get into day 2. We aren't done with Swiss. We are at rounds 9. We play to rounds 14, I think, up tomorrow, another 5 rounds of Swiss. Then we get into the real action of Top Cut. So if you don't like waking up as early as we do, I would set alarms to remind yourself to be here for 9 a.m. And thank you so much to everyone for joining us. Thanks to everyone who's followed today as well, and the new people who've subscribed. A huge thanks to everyone who's been so supportive. It's been a great day.
Yeah, it has. And probably should say as well, importantly, that's 9 a.m. European time.
Yes.
So convert appropriately depending on wherever you are watching from in the world.
Yeah.
But with that is it. That's going to be all from us here at the Bremen Regional Championships for day 1 here in our 2022 edition. So all we have to say is thank you all very much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed day 2, and we hope you tune back in for day 2. Goodbye and good night.
See ya.